Good morning, traders. Venderman here with FuturestraderElite to get your NQ pre-market prep underway. So let's pull this chart up here, see what we can find. Excuse me, this is the 4-hour chart that I'm looking at right now. As you can see, so far we've kind of made the moves that we've been talking about every morning. We're currently at around 630, 635, right on this dash line here, and we're on this line here around 637, and we're knocking on the door here of this head and shoulders play that we had talked about, where we need to take that out and this out over here. We're going to have a lot of resistance from where we're standing right now to do all that. There's a big window here that we got to get through, say about 7:15. Well, if we got to get through 675, close above it. You can see we come into that line over here. We talked about that line yesterday as well. It stopped it. We talked about that green line at 675, and we talked about this red line at 740. We got to get through both of those, close above them, have some good buying pressure, but from about 815 to almost 900, there's probably going to be a lot of pressure there. We'll see what happens when the market opens today. Of course, it's still early, and we never know what might happen through pre-market before the market opens, but they definitely look like they're trying to take this up. You know, we're not having many hard pullbacks, so we will take this down on a lower time frame and check some things out, see what we're looking at. Let's go down to the 1 hour real quick and see what we have here. Got this steady drive up, you know, nothing crazy going on. We've seen a lot crazier go on with it. And I moved that trend line overhead there. You see we got to that green line tap. But once again, this is what it looked like in pre-market yesterday. We was closing in on this crossover here between these two trend lines, this wedge or whatever you want to call it. So which way is it going to go? You know, are they going to keep pushing forward, or we going to get a little pullback? You got your golden pivot at 532. It's a little over 100 points down from where we are now. You know, we like them golden pivot plays. See if that might be in play today. To the downside, we also got the zone box is just below that pivot, but I'll be putting in some precision entry zones before the market opens to post in Discord. But right off the bat, you got to think this whole number here at 500 will probably protect it a little bit. You can see this candle back here. It did all this and got sucked up, and then this pushed way up and then got sucked down, and then this one opened up, and it's all around 500 right there. So we get a pullback and break through this trend line here. We need to be thinking about that pivot at 532 and then 500. You don't really want to see it go below 5. I guess it could sweep, you know, in the bottom of the zone box is 480. So that'd be a key level to keep in mind as far as a pullback today. Of course, it could pull back further than that, and then we'll discuss that more in depth if it's coming to look like that later in the day. But you got this one pivot at 395, and I've already got a few boxes drawn on here. To the upside, we need to find out what we might be looking at exactly. I mean, we know we need to get above 675. That red line is at 740, and there's the R1 pivot is right exactly inside that as well. So that's definitely first reaction short for me if we get that way, especially if we get up there with some speed. And then you gotta think if we get through there, you're gonna have 770, 815, 850 to 855, and then you get on up towards the R2 pivot. So I'd keep a close eye on the pivots today for sure. We will, looks like they're going to try to push this to an all-time high before the end of the year. Not really surprising, but just because it looks that way don't mean it'll happen. First, we got to get above this head and shoulders and this over here, this double tap into this zone before this drop. And then we know we've really, we're breaking structure on the hourly, slowly but surely. You know, we broke some here. It just depends on how you define breaking structure. But you know, we broke a little here and here. We broke this here, all this consolidation here, but we got stopped up here at this level. So, you know, we take this out right here. We get above 900. That's enough breaking structure for sure for us to get another high put in. Because if we can get above 900, that's only what? For about 500 points or so to get back to the all-time high. So yeah, you know, once we can break this whole area here, which will be 900 or higher, and stabilize, they'll probably push this. Now if we get up here to 900 area and it starts to stall out up here, then maybe we won't put in an all-time high and it'll go back down. We'll see. That's the scenario on the table for today as of right now. And you know, it's probably a little volatile at some point or another today. We'll see. Like I said, it's still early. But before the market opens, I'll be posting some precision entry zones into the live updates channel on Discord. If it's your first time here, give it a like and subscribe. That way you'll be notified anytime we drop these pre-market preps to help you get ready with them key levels every day before the market opens. And come join the Discord for free. And I will see you guys later in the day in the Discord, and then in the trade recaps later on in the day. Everybody stay sharp, stay green, stay confident, don't chase. Have JOMO, not FOMO. You want to have the joy of missing out, not the fear of missing out. So stay safe. I'll see you guys in a little bit.